Welcome back to PTC Creo Essentials. I left you in beginner video 1 showing the absolute basics of getting started, some good habits to get into. I also showed you planes and how we use them to create sketches, and now we will actually produce the 2D sketch and extrude that into a 3D solid part. So as I stated in the first video, we need to define a plane to sketch on. Starting from the front plane is fine. We'll start there and go up to sketch. And as we hover over here for long enough, we see the icon comes up, it says sketch, and next to it, it has the letter S in brackets. Now that is the keyboard shortcut to create a sketch. And it is a really good habit to learn that keyboard shortcut because you will be creating sketches all the time. So instead of clicking into this, I'm going to hit S on my keyboard and it takes us straight into our sketching panel. Now at this stage, I'm going to turn the plane display off. And if I click this little icon here, this will bring us front on in the sketching view. So we'll click that and it brings us front on to the front plane. Now I might just sketch a circle here. So up here we have circle. If we click into this, this is a center and point circle. There is no keyboard shortcut for this, so we have to click that, come to the center, left mouse, drag out, and click again. Now click the middle mouse button to get the dimensions up. From here we can create a dimension. I have these in millimeters at the moment. We'll just go 200, click enter, and then hit OK. And our 2D sketch has been created on our front plane. Let's open that up, put our plane display back on. Actually, I'll turn off the right, hide them. You can see this is on the front plane. Now, we want to extrude that sketch. To extrude it, we need to have the sketch selected. So come over to your model tree on the left-hand side, click Sketch 1, go to extrude, and here we'll see we have a keyboard shortcut for this one as well. Now, there's only about 4 keyboard shortcuts I recommend you learn. This is definitely one. Extrude you'll be using all the time. So extrude is easy. It's X for extrude. So I will hit X and it opens our extrude tool. Now, I highly recommend you learn how to do this. Now, let's just say I want to extrude it out to, I have the drag handle here. I can extrude it out like this. But if you're building something, you're probably going to know what dimension you want that to be, what length. So I'll just make this 100. And you'll see it's actually pulled it out in front of the front plane. And that is this selection here. But if I go down to this one, this extrudes symmetrically on both sides of the sketch plane. So if I click that one, and I highly recommend you get into this habit, it leaves the plane in the center of your sketch. Now, that may not seem important to you, but it is. Click OK. So now we have the plane in the center of our sketch, which is great because having a plane in the center of it means we can create mirrors from that. A bunch of things that will just make life easier in the future. Now, okay, also this is, I haven't shown you this yet. Click onto this feature here, the display style. This at the moment is in shading. I prefer shading with edges because you can see the edges clearly. The difference between that and shading, you can't really see the edges. So shading with edges really does stand out the part a lot better. Now I'll turn off the plane display, and from here we can either choose to do another sketch. So we can sketch, from now on we can sketch on any of the planes, but we can also sketch on faces. So we can sketch on this face here. If I click that and then hit S, it opens up a sketch on that face. We hit our display style sketch view to orient it frontwards, and we can sketch again. Let's do another circle. Center and point, we'll drag out, hit the right or the middle mouse button, and we can change the dimension to whatever we want. click OK. Now we can see that sketch is on that face. Now we will extrude. The sketch is selected. So I can hit X for extrude. There's that X, and we'll extrude. Now 100 is fine. In this case, I just want to extrude off the face of the previous extrude, and that looks okay. And we'll hit OK. Now, why I told you it was important to have a plane going through the center here, because quite often when you're building things in Creo, you need to take advantage of the symmetrical side of things and patterns in objects. It can really save you time in creating products. So for now, I want to mirror this sketch onto the other side. So what I can do is I can select the extrude. I have the mirror tool up here. We'll click onto that. And now if we select the plane to mirror across, that plane that we have in the center of our initial sketch, and hit it, you'll see it creates a mirrored sketch on the other side. Now let's show you what would have happened if I had left this plane at the front of that extrude. So we'll go into this extrude and we will change it to coming off the front plane. Now watch what happens to the mirror. The mirror has been pushed back because it's mirrored across this plane. So if we look from the right, it's mirrored across that center plane. And now it's in no man's land. That's why it's important that when you extrude, particularly when you do your first extrude, you change this marker to extrude symmetrically on both sides of the sketch plane. Hit OK, and there we go. It's a really good habit to get into, one I highly recommend. And I think that'll about do it for this video. So things to remember are our sketch and extrude. We have the keyboard shortcut of S for sketch, X for extrude, and when we are extruding something, using our symmetrical lever here. Now you won't always want to do that, but from the first sketch, you will pretty much do that all the time. Highly recommend it. Really good habit. And I think that'll do it for beginner video too. Thanks for watching.